traducción ah, de mi Mishnah,
My translation of the Mishnah.
perdón, mi traducción de la Mishnah.
And afterwards, we'll go into explaining all the things.
Y luego entraremos a explicar todo esto.
All right. So it says here 7 things in a goylem.
I don't know what goylem is.
Don't worry, just say the word. I'll explain it in a
Bueno,
second.
7 cosas en el goylam.
Goylem. Let me write down here the word goylem.
Bueno, lo va a escribir el Rab la palabra goylem, que es de lo que aprenderemos hoy. Golem. Okay.
Okay, and a goylem is like when you want to form a human being out of clay. So, like when he's unformed and in unfinished state, you call it a goylem.
Como cuando quisiéramos formar un ser humano del barro, cuando está en su estado incompleto, se le llama golem.
Right, and they had it's like the book of Frankenstein is made after is a copy of this goylem thing.
La obra literaria de Frankenstein fue inspirada o escrito copiando al golem.
Yeah, and they had the power of years ago. They had the power to make golems. And,
Hace años había el poder para hacer golem.
Okay, but that has nothing to do with this Mishnah, anyhow.
Pero eso no tiene nada que ver con esta Mishnah.
Right. If people start focusing on golem, then they're not going to understand the Mishnah. So it's better not to focus on that.
Si la gente empieza a fijarse o enfatizar al golem, no entenderá nada de la Mishnah de hoy.
What it means is a person. It's an interesting way. It's saying that to become a learned person is a process of development.
Es interesante notar que para llegar a ser una persona erudita, tiene que pasar por el proceso del estudio.
Right. So mentioning golem is an interesting way of looking at it.
Entonces mencionar al golem es una manera interesante de verlo.
So it means that before you could get to be a learned person, you start out as a golem.
Porque es interesante notar que antes de llegar a ser un erudito, uno empieza a ser como un golem.
A golem is like an unformed piece of matter.
El golem es como una masa no definida con forma de hombre.
Unformed matter that still yet needs to be shaped and to become to be completed.
Una masa no formada que necesita ser trabajada para llegar a completarse.
Okay, so it says 7 qualities in a golem.
Hay 7 cualidades en un golem.
And 7 in a wise man.
Y 7 en un hombre sabio.
And so this the qualities of a wise person and
las cualidades de la persona sabia
are listed here in the Mishnah.
Están enumeradas aquí en la Mishnah.
And in the end, it says that the opposite of these things are in the golem. So.
Y aquí nos dice que lo opuesto a ellas las encontramos en el golem.
That's what it says at the end of the Mishnah.
Eso es lo que dice al final de la Mishnah.
It says a white person doesn't speak in front of someone who's greater than them.
Un sabio no habla delante de uno que es mayor que él,
In wisdom or in age.
ya sea mayor en sabiduría o mayor de edad.
He does not enter in. He does not interrupt the words of his peers.
I'm sorry, the
Does
verb
not
that you
interrupt.
use,
Does not interrupt the words of his peers.
no interrumpe cuando sus semejantes hablan.
Doesn't rush quickly to respond.
No se apresura a responder.
Asks on the topic.
Sus preguntas son sobre el tópico.
And he answers according to the law.
Y sus respuestas son de acuerdo a la ley.
He answers questions. He answers the first question first, the second question second.
Y él contesta primero la primera pregunta y después la segunda pregunta.
And if he doesn't have knowledge of something, then he says, I don't have knowledge of it.
Y si algo no conoce, lo dice. Dice, yo no sé nada de eso.
And if he makes a mistake, then he admits the truth.
Si comete un error, admite la verdad.
Okay, that's all. All right, so that's the end of the list here of these things.
Entonces esto es lo último de estas cosas.
Right, and if you count them, it comes out to be 8. I don't know, which one we should take. Which one is included in the other? I don't know. We'll leave that as a question.
Si tomamos nota y las contamos, vamos a darnos cuenta que son 8. Entonces, no sé cuál está incluida en otra, para que sean 7.
Okay. According to the ones that are in my book, according to the law, those things go together.
De acuerdo a mi libro,
the quotation marks, the quote point.
Las citas, entre comillas, van de acuerdo a la ley.
No, the one that says,
la que dice,
according to the law, those two go together.
I only heard the last part, go together.
Ask according to the subject.
Preguntar de acuerdo al tema.
Respond according to the law.
Responder de acuerdo a la ley.
According to the markings, those are together.
De acuerdo a las marquitas, esas dos van juntas.
Okay. All right. So that's the Mishnah.
Bueno, esa es la Mishnah.
And so now we're going to go. Now we're going to go into explaining this. Now we're going to go into explaining the Mishnah.
Ahora vamos a explicarlo.
Who is greater
No
than
hablar delante de
a wise person. I'm sorry. Maybe something's getting cut off. It's not clear to me.
Yes. Un sabio no habla delante de quien es mayor que él.
in wisdom or in age,
en sabiduría o en edad.
and I don't know. We when I think of these such things,
Cuando yo pienso en estas cosas,
so I think of the example I think of is like a teach, one of the great teachers that we had.
pienso en uno de los grandes maestros que hemos tenido.
The example I think of is
El ejemplo que yo traigo a mente,
the example that this great teacher said.
el ejemplo que este gran maestro dijo.
Okay, and I didn't. Of course, he's a great teacher. He passed away already in the year 1940.
Es un gran maestro que ya murió en 1940.
And just that he was like the teacher of many of the great teachers in the next generation. So everybody knows about this great teacher.
Él fue un maestro de los grandes maestros de la siguiente generación. Así es que todos conocen de este gran maestro.
Right. And in the yeshiva Mount Zion, especially, we learned his works.
En la yeshiva de Monte Sión aprendimos especialmente sobre su trabajo.
Right, and the head Rosh Yeshiva there, he learned from a student of this teacher. He learned for many years.
El cabeza de esta yeshiva aprendió de un alumno de este gran maestro.
Right, and the name of the sage is Rab Baruch Ber Leibowitz. And
El nombre de este gran sabio es Rab Berg. That's what I caught.
okay, and we always quote from time to time Rab Baruch Ber.
Ok, lo escribió el Rab en el chat. Es Rab Baruch Ber de bendita memoria. Y lo hemos citado de tiempo en tiempo.
Right, and so he was Baruch Ber. He personally, I mean, he was a very big genius.
Pues este Rab Berg era un gran genio.
Right, even as a child, he was a prodigy.
Aún desde niño era un prodigio.
Right, even when he turned 13 years old, the rabbi of his town, who was a great rabbi, would come to discuss things with him.
Cuando él tenía 13 años, el rabino grande de su ciudad venía a consultarlo, a tratar temas con él.
Discuss things with him, and even one time in the middle of the night, he knocked on his door, like 2 a.m. He knocked on his door to tell him some point of insight.
Y aún se sabe que un día, una noche, a las 2 de la mañana, tocó en su puerta para comentar un punto de vista.
To tell him some insight that he had in something, and it was snowing outside even at the time.
Para compartir con él un punto de vista y aún estaba nevando allá afuera.
Right, and Rabbi Baruch Ber offered him a tea, and
Rab Baruch Berg le ofreció a este rabino un té.
But he wouldn't even take the tea. He only told them the point of insight, then he turned around and went back home.
Pero no aceptó el té, solo le dijo su punto de vista y se dio la media vuelta y se fue.
Right. That means a learned person appreciates when somebody else can appreciate his own, his insight.
Un erudito aprecia a quien aprecia su punto de vista.
Okay. So later on in his teens, when he was 15, 16, he was accepted into the biggest yeshiva of that time.
Y un poco más adelante, cuando él tenía 16 años, fue recibido, aceptado en una de las yeshivas
The
más
biggest, the
grandes,
biggest yeshiva
la
that there was at that time.
mayor, perdón, la mayor yeshiva de ese momento en la historia.
Okay, it's a famous yeshiva. It was called the Yeshiva of Volozhin.
Una yeshiva famosa, conocida como o llamada yeshiva de Volozhin.
Yeah, Volozhin. It's a name of a town, probably in Lithuania or something.
Es el nombre de un pueblo, quizás en Lituania.
And right, and so over there they had a great teacher, a great teacher from the previous generation. I mean, a great teacher. I mean, they had there.
Allí en esa yeshiva tenían un gran maestro, probablemente de la generación anterior.
Reb Chaim Brisk, he was called.
Conocido o llamado Rab Chaim de Brisk.
Right, and he passed away in the year 1919. He passed away.
Él murió en el año 1919.
Right, but that was sure much later. So that means that Reb Baruch Ber was born in the year 1862.
Rab Ber nació en el año 1862.
Okay.
Couldn't hear that.
Before the year 1880, he was in the yeshiva.
En 1880, él ya estaba en la yeshiva.
Right. And so really, he took this Reb Chaim Brisk. He kind of like accepted him as his teacher.
Entonces Rab Chaim de Brisk lo aceptó como su estudiante.
No, Reb Baruch Ber took Reb Chaim Brisk as like to be his teacher.
Ah, fue al revés. Rab Baruch Ber aceptó a Rab Chaim de Brisk como su maestro.
Right, and the opposite is also true. What you said before was also true.
Lo opuesto que dije también es verdad.
And now, and Reb Chaim Brisk had among his children were some of the great great teachers and leaders of the next generation.
Entre los hijos de Rab Chaim de Brisk estuvieron los grandes maestros o rabinos de la siguiente generación.
Okay, and so after World War II in Israel, the son of Reb Chaim Brisk was like one of the main leading rabbis there.
Después de la Segunda Guerra Mundial, un hijo de Rab Chaim de Brisk fue un gran rabino en Israel.
Right, and he was known as the Brisker Rav. And that was his son was known as that.
Su hijo fue conocido, o sea, este hijo de Chaim de Brisk fue conocido como el He was known as the Brisk of High.
The Rav of Brisk.
Fue conocido como el Rab de Brisk.
Because in the year because when his father passed away, he took over.
Porque cuando muere su papá, él toma el liderazgo.
So that's around in the year 1920 or so.
Eso alrededor de 1920.
Right, and of course he was the last Rav of Brisk, because eventually the Nazis came and there was no more Brisk, and that's it.
Y claro, fue el último rabino de Brisk, porque eventualmente llegaron los nazis y ya no hubo más.
Right,
rabinos.
But the title of Rav of Brisk, even when he went to Israel, he retained that title in the name.
Pero el título de ser el rabino de Brisk lo conservó aún cuando vino a tierra de Israel.
Right, and now, when Baruch Ber would teach in his yeshiva,
bueno, cuando Rab Baruch de Berg enseñaba en su yeshiva,
and he taught for more than 50 years straight. 50 years he taught as the head.
Y enseñó más de 50 años seguiditos ahí en la yeshiva.
And so he would quote, all the time.
Él citaría todo el tiempo de su
Okay, I'm going to read a quote. So I'm reading some like a quotation, a description of these things from Baruch Ber's son-in-law.
Bueno, voy a leer cosas citadas de Rabbi Berg por su yerno.
So he said, when studying Torah,
cuando uno estudie Torah,
when he studied Torah, when Rabbi Baruch Ber studied Torah,
cuando el Rab Berg estudiaba Torah,
he did not measure his intellect against the Torah.
No medía su intelecto enfrente de la Torah o contra la Torah.
He didn't try to see if the Torah's way of thinking is like his way of thinking.
No andaba investigando si el punto de vista de la Torah iba de acuerdo con el propio, el de él.
He always tried to make what he thinks into what the Torah thinks.
Siempre forzó a hacer su pensamiento de acuerdo al de la Torah.
If he had an idea and he saw that it doesn't fit to what the Torah said,
si él tenía una idea y veía que no compaginaba con lo que la Torah decía,
then he would reject this idea.
Entonces rechazaba su idea.
Right. Remember, can you imagine? He's a very big genius, something like an Einstein, a very, very, he lived in his mind, everything in his mind.
Ahora recordemos que estamos hablando de una persona sumamente inteligente, como un Einstein, que vivía en su mente.
Okay, because he says the Torah, he looked at the Torah like the blueprint of the world.
Porque él veía a la Torah como el plano del diseño de todo.
And so therefore it's also the blueprint of the intellect of a person's intellect.
Entonces también lo veía como los planos de diseño del intelecto humano.
And so therefore, if the Torah said something different than what he was thinking, so then he must be what he was thinking was wrong.
Entonces, si lo que estaba pensando no iba con Torah, tendría que ser que lo que él estaba pensando no estaba bien.
Right. He says if someone doesn't steal or doesn't do any crimes,
Se dice que si alguien no roba, no comete crimen alguno.
this is because the intellect, because the blueprint of the world is inside that person, which is the Torah.
Es porque estos planos de diseño están dentro de la mente de esta persona, o sea, Torah.
Okay, and so he succeeded in making his mind completely going like a Torah, like a Torah mind.
Entonces él se esforzó por hacer que su mente fuera como dentro de la mente de la Torah, o la Torah dentro de su
A Torah mind.
Una mente de Torah.
Right, and even I'm adding in over here that even when he tried to learn anything else other than Torah, he could not learn it even.
Y ahora yo añado que cuando él trataba de aprender algo que no fuera Torah, no podía aprender.
Right, even though he was very, very big genius, but he could not learn any English or Russian even, he couldn't learn.
Era un gran genio, pero no pudo aprender ni siquiera inglés o ruso.
He said that a person's thinking is based on the method of that he received from his teacher.
Su manera de aprender fue un método.
No, he stated.
Él dijo,
sorry, maybe it got cut off. I don't know.
Él lo declaró, que
The method of a person,
que el método de aprender de la persona
is what he acquires from his teacher.
Es lo que adquiere de su maestro.
And his teacher from his teacher all the way back to Moshe Rabbeinu.
Y el maestro de su maestro, todo atrás hasta llegar a Moshe.
And so therefore a person has to learn from his teacher.
De allí que una persona debe aprender de un maestro.
Had to ask a question. No, he has to learn from his teacher the following.
La persona tiene que aprender de su maestro lo siguiente.
Had to ask a question.
¿Cómo hacer preguntas?
And how to give an answer.
¿Cómo dar la respuesta?
How to bring a proof.
¿Cómo traer evidencia?
Okay, it's not enough just to find answers to a person's questions.
No es suficiente encontrar respuestas a las preguntas de las personas.
No, it's not enough to answer one's own questions.
No es suficiente con contestar a las preguntas propias que se hace uno.
A person has to, if somebody asks a question, you have to be able to prove that the question itself is a question.
Si alguien más hace una pregunta.
Not más, if you yourself ask a question.
Si yo mismo me hago una pregunta, debo
I myself have to be able to prove to myself that the question is a question.
Debo llegarme a comprobarme a mí mismo que la pregunta es una pregunta.
You have to bring proof from the words of your teachers.
debe uno de poder traer verdades citadas por alguno de mis maestros.
All right. I don't know, maybe we get from this some picture of things. From this.
Creo que hemos obtenido una imagen de esto.
Some picture about what learning meant to such a.
Una imagen de lo que para semejante persona significa aprender.
Okay. Over here. So basically, we can look at Baruch Ber for sure as this wise person in the Mishnah.
Bueno, pues sin duda alguna podemos ver a este Rav Berg como un sabio de esta Mishnah.
Because he's our example. I mean.
Él es nuestro ejemplo.
So it said he does. And
dice aquí que él rezaba
before somebody who's greater than him. He does not speak before somebody who's greater than him.
Que no hablaba delante de alguien que era mayor que él.
So, I mean, the Brisker Rav, people asked the Brisker Rav.
La gente le llegó a preguntar al Brisker Rav.
Right. Why is it that when Baruch Ber teaches, he only quotes his teacher like one or two words, and that's all he has to quote from him?
¿Por qué es que Rav Berg solo suele citar un par de palabras de sus maestros y luego dice todo lo que él dice?
Right, and you, who is son, you have a whole full quotations and this questions and answers.
Y tú, que eres su hijo, tienes todas estas citaciones o citas.
Right. So he said, do you think? He said, you know what it looked like when Reb Baruch Ber stood in front of his teacher. You know what it looked like.
Entonces él responde, ¿tú sabes cómo se veía cuando Rav Berg estaba delante de sus maestros?
Reb Baruch Ber.
Rav Baruch Berg.
Stood in front of his teacher.
Delante de sus maestros, cuando estaba delante de sus maestros.
His teacher.
Su maestro, perdón.
He would stand and his whole body would be shaking.
Él estaba de pie y todo su cuerpo temblaba.
And so when the teacher said any word, he didn't dare open up his mouth and say anything.
Cuando su maestro abría la boca para hablar, Rav Baruch Ber no decía nada.
Right, and part of that is because if the teacher said something,
y eso en parte porque si el maestro decía algo,
then do you think that you understood fully whatever the teacher had to say?
¿Tú crees que entenderías a plenitud todo lo que el maestro quiso decir?
First, before you say anything, you open up your mouth and start talking. Maybe you should spend your time thinking about what the teacher said.
Entonces, antes de abrir la boca y empezar a hablar, quizás debiéramos esperar, pensar lo que el maestro acaba de decir.
Right. So then Baruch Ber maybe would spend, who knows how much time he would spend just thinking about the few words that the teacher said.
Entonces, Rabbi Berg pasaba Rav Baruch Ber pasaba tiempo pensando en las palabras que acababa de escuchar de su maestro decir.
And he didn't rush quickly and and ask questions and talk and have a dialogue with the teacher.
Y él no se apresuraba a hacer preguntas y tener un diálogo con su maestro.
Because first he was busy trying to understand what the teacher said.
Porque primero estaba ocupado en tratar de entender lo que el maestro había dicho.
Okay, so somebody who doesn't talk in front of somebody who's greater than them.
Alguien que no habla delante de quien es mayor que él,
What that means is he's really dedicated to to have the position of being a student and to learning.
eso significa que él realmente está dedicado a tener esta posición para aprender.
And so he's not so if there's somebody greater there, he's not gonna. It's not my place to say.
Si hay alguien mayor allí, no es mi tiempo de decir algo.
Okay. It says here he doesn't interrupt the words of his peers.
Aquí también dijimos que un sabio no interrumpe las palabras de sus semejantes.
And that's also a similar idea that he even when it comes to the peers, he's not he's here to learn. That's what his job is, even from his peers.
Él se ve como alguien que está aquí para aprender, aún de sus semejantes.
Okay, and we had before in the Mishnah also, who is a wise man who learns from everybody.
Y también ya habíamos visto en Mishnah que ¿quién es sabio? Alguien que aprende de todos.
He doesn't rush quickly to respond.
Alguien que no se apresura para responder.
When in Rabbi Ber, even when he would give when he would teach a shir,
Cuando el Rav Berg enseñaba un shur,
Baruch Ber,
Rabbi Baruch Berg enseñaba un shur.
then he would when his yeshiva, then maybe there was 200 plus people there.
En su yeshiva había quizás 200 gentes.
Okay, and so in middle sometimes in middle they would ask questions about what he's saying.
Entonces, a veces, a media enseñanza, hacían preguntas de lo que había dicho.
Okay, and it says that many times he would, when somebody would ask a question, he wouldn't rush quickly to answer the question. This is what it says.
Y dice que cuando alguien le hacía una pregunta, él no se daba prisa para contestarla.
He would pause and listen carefully.
Él haría una pausa y escucharía con atención.
Many times he would even get down from his lecture and walk back and forth and talk to himself about the question.
I didn't get that.
Many times he would get down from his the podium or whatever and walk back and forth.
Muchas veces él se bajaría del podio y caminaría de un lado para otro.
And thinking about the question.
Pensando en la pregunta.
And only after that he would answer. Whatever the question was, only afterwards he would answer.
Y solamente después de ello contestaría la pregunta.
Okay, and so that's called like a learning process.
A eso le podemos llamar o conocer como un proceso de aprendizaje.
When people are in a rush to answer this, that's that's not nothing to do with learning. That has to do with rhetoric.
Cuando las personas se apresuran por contestar esto y lo otro, eso no es un proceso de aprendizaje. A eso se le conoce como retórica.
Right, and so we leave that for the goylums. I mean.
Entonces nosotros le dejamos ese asunto a los golems.
Ask on the subject. I mean.
Preguntas sobre el tema.
But that it says even we learned it even in the laws of Torah study that you're not allowed to ask your teacher on a subject that he's not studying.
Y eso también ya lo habíamos estudiado en el tema de las leyes. No es lícito preguntarle al maestro sobre un tema que no es el que se está estudiando.
Why? Because you're only supposed to ask the teacher if you're really looking for wisdom.
Porque se supone que uno solo le haga preguntas al maestro porque uno anda en busca de la sabiduría.
Not these what they call a gotcha, to be like a gotcha.
No como ser de estas personas que dice, te atrapé.
So you want to like ask your teacher so you can catch your teacher in something that he doesn't know. So you say, oh, you see, I know, you want to catch your teacher.
Como para atrapar al maestro en algo que él diga que no sabe.
So if you only allowed to ask your teacher if you really want to learn.
Solo puedes hacerle preguntas a tu maestro si realmente quieres aprender.
And that's why it says you're only allowed to ask. A sign of that is if you ask according to what the teacher is really what he's really invested in.
Entonces, solo puedes preguntarle al maestro si realmente quieres tú aprender sobre.
No. Again, say it again. The dog blocked out the. Again, you. Therefore, you're only allowed to ask your teacher about what your teacher is invested in at the time.
Solo le puedes preguntar al maestro sobre aquello en lo que está invirtiendo el maestro.
At that time, because then you're really asking for wisdom. Because that means you're really asking for wisdom.
Hacerlo así es evidente que solo estás haciéndolo por motivos de sabiduría.
Okay, and it says here, respond according to the law, it says.
Y dice aquí responder de acuerdo a la ley.
So that means only that you answer when you go through it in your mind and you get to the a conclusive answer, then you answer.
Que lo contestes cuando ya lo hayas examinado, pasado por la mente, y entonces la conclusión a la que llegues es lo que contestas.
And not like a half-baked conclusion.
Y no como una conclusión a medio cocinar, hornear.
Right, that's why we had in the story. He got off and he went back and forth until he got to a clear conclusion in the thought process.
Por eso es que mencionamos que él solía caminar de un lado para otro hasta resolver o concluir lo que habría de responder.
To answer first, second.
Y eso de contestar la primera pregunta primero y la segunda después de la primera.
Right. So this is that if you see, if it's not clear what subject you're referring to.
Si no está claro a qué tema se refiere uno,
So that means if somebody has two questions and then you give an answer.
por ejemplo, si alguien hace dos preguntas y uno le da la respuesta.
So if it isn't clear, if things are not clear,
Si las cosas no son claras,
so then you could say maybe he's answering the which question is he answering? Is he answering the first question or is he answering the second question?
entonces uno podría preguntarse, ¿estará contestando la primera o la segunda pregunta?
Sometimes you can get mixed up and things and then what the teacher is even saying can become distorted.
Las cosas pueden revertirse y uno pudiera transgiversar las palabras que realmente el rabí está enseñando.
Right. And you see in the Talmud that a lot of times there's debates among the students about what the teacher meant to say.
Y podemos ver en el Talmud que hay debates en cuanto a que los alumnos expresan lo que el maestro quiso decir.
Right. So you see that you if things are not clear, so then people could get something can become distorted, but things can become distorted.
Entonces podemos ver que si las cosas no son claras, pueden distorsionarse.
Right. So part of that is to take away, to get rid of these distortions, is to answer first, and second.
Y una manera de evitar estas distorsiones es contestando primero la primera pregunta y luego la segunda pregunta.
To say, to admit, now, and it says here, the next thing it says here, to admit that you don't know something.
Luego también dice aquí que un sabio dice que no sabe lo que no sabe.
Right, and it says here specifically to say that you should say, I haven't heard about this.
Y aquí dice específicamente que él responde, no he escuchado al respecto.
Okay, so that's also what we learned from Baruch Ber, that everything he said he wanted to prove that this is from his teachers.
Entonces vemos aquí que Rav Baruch Ber, en todo lo que él decía, él buscaba una prueba para citar de sus maestros.
If he had a question, he had to bring proof that the question is a question from his teacher.
Y si él tenía una pregunta, él tenía que validarla como pregunta de la forma en que aprendió de sus maestros.
Why? Because the question itself is part of the thought process of a person.
¿Por qué? Porque la pregunta misma es parte del proceso de aprendizaje de la persona.
And so that itself, he wanted to make it that it matches up with the Torah.
Y eso mismo él quería que empatara con la Torah.
And of course, for the answer, surely the answer to the question, surely it's open.
Y claro que la respuesta de la persona is open, you said?
For an answer, surely it's like it works like this.
Y para la respuesta de la pregunta también opera así.
Right, and the last one is to admit to the truth, and
y la última es admitir la verdad.
And sometimes when somebody would ask a good question and he couldn't answer in the middle of the shir, then he would stop the shir and he would say, "There's no, I can't answer. I have to go. That's it. I'm stopping here."
hubo ocasiones en las que a media enseñanza alguien le hacía una pregunta que no podía responder. Entonces, ahí terminaba la clase.
And then he would have to go back, think it over, and then come back and say, and, you know, do it again. That's it.
Entonces, él se iba, estudiaba, encontraba la respuesta y enseñaba de nuevo.
Okay, so hopefully we learned something from all this, and
entonces espero que hayamos aprendido algo de todo esto.
okay, and now we have a couple of minutes left, a few minutes to see if there's questions.
Bueno, tenemos unos
any questions.
Bueno, yo tengo un comentario. Mucho de esto yo lo he visto en Ralph Schneider. Many of these, as we were saying them,
yes.
I could tell that I've learned that from example, from you.
Right.
Hoy lo aprendimos en teoría.
Of course, I try
Today
to follow
we learned
the
it in theory. Pero el Ralph Schneider ha sido nuestro ejemplo y dice él, sí, claro que yo trato de seguir el ejemplo de estos maestros.
And I try to remember this Mishnah, what it says, and I shouldn't end up a golem.
Y trato de recordar esta Mishnah para no terminar siendo un golem.
Right. Maybe let's see if there's any more questions. I guess there's no more questions.
No, I think Gerson's picture put everybody in mute. Yo creo que el dibujo de que Gerson compartió dejó a todos mudos y mancos, nadie escribe preguntas.
Oh yeah, he wrote underneath the Golem of Prague.
Sí, él es yo creo el golem más famoso, maybe the most famous one.
It's historical, and in Prague they actually have a statue. Even to this day, they have a statue of the Golem and a statue of the Maral.
Aún hasta el día de hoy en Praga existe una estatua del golem y del Ramjal.
Maral.
Maral.
Okay, but that's a different. That golem is is for different class.
Bueno, pero ese golem es para otra circunstancia o para otra enseñanza.
A different class, that's all.
Otra clase.
Okay. And,
Isabel said, I am astonished. Estoy sorprendida. Maybe everybody is. Todos quizás estemos así.
Interesting.
Okay.
Okay, be well, everybody. Everything good for everybody?
Que estén bien, todo lo bueno para todos.
Thank you. I'm glad you're back with us to translations. And,
ay, gracias, Raf. Yo también los extrañé.
Okay. And
bueno.
Okay, shalom a todos. Shalom.
Shalom a todos. Bye.